morning from Chiang Mai, and today we are going to be leaving the Marriott, which actually I'm now quite sad about. There's the bellman, and we are going to be headed to Chai Lai Orchid, which is an eco lodge, which I think is going to be quite a different experience to the Marriott.
So we're just heading to Chai Lai Eco Lodge. We've got 3 nights here, and we've got a private transfer. It's about 1,200 baht, which is just under $40 US. We think it's about just over an hour and a bit to get there from our hotel. So looking forward to it. Apparently the accommodation is rustic. So maybe a little bit different than the Marriott that we've just left. You never know. So yeah, you'll see what it's like when we get there, but it's a bit difficult to describe. But you'll see elephants.
Welcome to Chai Lai Orchid. We're actually still officially in Chiang Mai, but we're really about halfway between Chiang Mai and Chiang Rai. We're going to give you a quick room tour. This is our bungalow. They call it a bungalow. Essentially, it's really glamping. We knew it was going to be rustic. So we have got a private deck out here. It did just start raining because we are here in rainy season. So we have got a nice deck out here, a private deck. Then we've got glass sliding doors to come in, which I think will close. And then when we come into the room, it is basically just one big room. So we've got a wooden floor, bamboo walls. We do have a couple of fans, and we've got the mosquito net. There is no AC here, and there's no fridge, there's no TV, there's no Wi-Fi. There's Wi-Fi in the cafe, which actually we are close enough to that I think we can use it. But basically in the rooms there's no Wi-Fi either. So this is a come and switch off, relax type place. So we've got the mosquito net. Nice, looks like a nice clean bed, and it feels nice and soft. Like I said, 2 fans. We do have a tea kettle though, and some water. I believe we can refill the water at the cafe as well. We've brought refillable bottles with us. So this is kind of it. It's literally just a room. We've got like a bamboo thatch ceiling, which is nice. And some curtains as well around the bed, I guess, for a little bit of extra privacy. And then down here we've got the bathroom, which is quite a big step. And you can see down here we have got bamboo flooring. It is open air, you can see outside and that way. But we do have a flushable toilet. We can't put the toilet paper down it though, but it is flushable, and we've got a bum gun. But we do have toilet paper, and we've got a ladder for towels, which are on the bed, sink, which, yep, we've got running water, and some shampoo and shower gel, and a shower in the corner, and there's a water heater there as well, with instant hot water, I believe, which is what I've read. And that's kind of it. I mean, you know, it's rustic, it's open. I'm expecting us to have lizards and things in. Like I said, we've got the mosquito net. I think they give you mosquito repellent as well. But the big attraction here is a ethical sanctuary, and we will have lots of elephant interactions to come. So this is happy hour, a very happy hour at the bar. And you can buy one get one free on the drinks, and buy one get one free on bananas, and then you can feed these guys.
Arriba. Ya la tiraste. Mira el otro cómo se escucha. Más.
Okay. Baby.
Más.
So heavy.
Oh, you got free at once.
So you're having fun?
Of course. I'm being nudged by an elephant's trunk and wafted by the air.
And which one's, what's his name?
This one's Conce, and she's 45. Okay, so elephant happy hour is over. I did get elephanted. I'm pretty dirty, and one did kind of throw up over me, not gonna lie. But I think we went through 15 baskets of bananas and sugar cane, and every one was worth it. It was the best experience ever. So not only is it happy hour for the elephants, it's happy hour for the humans too. This is like passion fruit and gin, and it's absolutely amazing. And I'm not sure what the special one is. They're both amazing. As a gin connoisseur, literally like the fruit that's in here is passion fruit. I don't know if you can see, it's like literally fresh passion fruit that's in here with the gin, and it's absolutely delicious. Might have to be on my second round, but great place. What can I say? We've ordered food. We'll see what food is like.
So we decided to eat, well, we decided to order after the elephants left because it just wouldn't have gone well. I've got pineapple fried rice. Helen has the Thai green curry, and we also have a side of spring rolls. So we're gonna eat these. We're not going to see any more elephants today, but we have ordered elephant food for the morning. So at 8:30 tomorrow morning, we're going to have breakfast with elephants.
Well, this is a bit weird. We're in bed. Never thought I'd be on YouTube in bed, but we are in bed under our mosquito net. We have sprayed copious amounts.
Never done a mosquito net before.
No.
No experience.
We've been to the open air bathroom. We sprayed copious amounts of bug spray. We are tucked under the mosquito net. I have to say the bed seems quite comfortable.
And we are using our inflatable pillows.
We have got our inflatable pillows under. There's only one pillow here, so we have got our inflatable pillows. But we had a nice dinner.
Wonderful dinner.
And we fed the elephants.
Elephants had a wonderful snack.
I think they ate more than we did.
I was going to say, they have to eat 250 kilos a day.
Which is like 10% of their body weight.
Yeah.
I nearly lost a ring because the elephant was very forceful in wanting his bananas, and I nearly lost one of my rings as well. But yeah, it was a good day so far.
And we've got our bananas lined up for tomorrow morning.
Yeah, we have an 8:30 wake-up call for breakfast, and the elephants will come and bring our breakfast basically at 8:30. So, and we have our bananas ready to feed them. So
we have to feed them. This is the way it goes. We get our breakfast, and then we have to feed elephants, and we have to pay to feed the elephants. We're going to have spent so much money on elephant bananas.
I think we've spent like $30 on bananas to feed the elephants.
We bought 15 buckets of bananas so far, and then for tomorrow morning we bought 6 more buckets.
They're hungry elephants, what can we say?
So that's in 12 hours we bought 21 buckets of bananas. So yeah.
And there's quite a lot of dogs around as well. This is not the place for you if you don't like dogs. We love dogs, so we're quite happy. Some of the dogs don't like each other though, but you know,
dogs are dogs.
Dogs are dogs. It's like humans now. Everybody likes everybody else. So that's cool. And tomorrow we're actually going to be doing a cooking class as well. We signed up to do a cooking class, so we're going to get to make some local Thai food as well. So that should be fun. So we'll see you in the morning.
So before the elephants have their breakfast with us, or more of a snack, we get a chance to have breakfast. And I think they time it so that we get 15 minutes to eat our breakfast before the elephants come, because once the elephants come, whatever's on this deck is fair game. So I've got my black coffee, wakes you up. orange juice. They do all of the drinks in these little bowls, which are really cool. And then pancakes with honey, scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs cold, but still not bad. And then there's plenty of fruit in here. Did you have the pork?
I'm going to try it now.
And Helen's going to try the pork with the rice, and see if we can get some of this eaten before the elephants come.
Okay, so I have got a pork skewer with some sticky rice, and it comes in the leaf like this, and with like a twine around it. And this is actually still very warm. So we've got the skewers. Get rid of the fly. So I'll give this a try. Nice and sweet. I think they've coated it in like some sort of sauce because it's nice and sweet.
So we're going to set a timer and see how long it takes the elephants to devour all of those bananas. What's your bet? Or when we have a dog.
Oh, what's that?
So what are their names?
Name?
Your name?
Mochipo.
Machipo.
Yeah.
How old?
22.
22. And
Baby 6 years old.
That's it.
Oh, maybe one each. I didn't get to get this one. Maybe not. So we just did breakfast with the elephants.
It took approximately 10 minutes to devour 3 very big.
It was really 6 baskets. Yeah,
6 baskets, but they
3
had
very big baskets of bananas. But it was very cool. So we had a mama and one of her daughters who's 6 years old. The mama's 22 years old, and the baby is 4 months. The baby's very cute, but he's a bit naughty. He's the only boy here, I think.
Can't eat bananas because it hasn't got teeth yet. If you've ever seen an elephant's teeth, they have these
It's like a big old fang.
big old fang right at the back. And when they open up to take those bananas, we had to take the skin off the bananas today because they didn't want the bananas to have to peel it. Obviously, didn't want to make that effort.
So we were frantically peeling a ton of bananas. But it was very cool, wasn't it?
It was very cool.
So we're going to be going off to a cooking class shortly. Not sure what that's going to be like. Not sure what we're going to make, but that's the plan for today. Slept okay last night.
Very.
Rustic.
You can hear a lot of noises.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a lot of dogs that wander around here. If you don't like dogs, this is definitely not the place for you, because there's a lot of dogs. And there's one that keeps coming and sitting on our deck, and I think that's what I heard moving outside last night. But
we're about 1,800 feet up, so the climate is completely different up here. It's
gorgeous, blue sky,
gorgeous.
And I'm sure it'll rain this afternoon.
Yeah, it rained yesterday, so I'm sure it will rain today, but all is good because we have elephants. We have 2 fans in the room. We have had a shower this morning. They've got a little gas tank that powers the shower, so that wasn't too bad.
Yeah, the water was hot. I rinsed my feet off last night and the water was hot. I mean, not sugarcoating it, honestly. The reviews I read said it was rustic. I'd say it's a bit more than rustic. Literally, there was a slug climbing through the gap in the wall this morning. And I've seen it roach out here as well. This is, let's be real, you're basically camping.
In the jungle.
So there's bugs.
But everything's bamboo, and bamboo's obviously an uneven surface, so you have loads of gaps in the floor.
And the walls. But it's watertight, or it seemed to be. We didn't get wet yesterday when it rained.
No.
But
it's an experience.
It's worth it because of the elephants, but let's not sugarcoat it. It's
you're here for the elephants.
You're here for the elephants.
You're not here
not the accommodation.
Unless
you're into camping. If you're into camping, this would be great fun for you.
But
you
the food was great last night.
Yeah, we had really nice food. The drinks were really nice. People, everybody you meet is absolutely lovely this here. And you can tell the elephants that, are well cared for. So far so good.
Okay, so our first day at Chai Lai, and we are now off to a cooking class where we're going to be cooking a couple of traditional Thai dishes.
Yeah, we're going to be making a Thai green curry and a pad Thai. And I believe my favourite, mango sticky rice for dessert.
Another century elephants.
Vi kommer elefanter på mig.
Walking past.
Of course.
Okay, that's normal.
What, pad Thai or?
Jonas, elefanter!
Oh, and here's another one.
Yeah, no,
Putting his order in. What are you cooking?
Pad Thai, I think first. Now we've added carrot.
It's like I'm watching Jamie Oliver.
White treacle. I think I'm definitely more Gordon Ramsay than Jamie Oliver.
Uncle Roger.
Oh, you! That's what he'd say.
One of the beauties with this lifestyle.
Yeah, not having to cook.
Not having to cook.
This is going to be for our mango sticky rice. This is going to be the sauce, I'm guessing. This is sugar, salt, and coconut. And we're just heating it up to dissolve the salt and sugar. Okay, so we're ready to eat. We've made our chicken pad thai, our green curry, and our mango sticky rice.
Okay, so we've just come back from our cooking course, where apparently I made the greatest Thai green curry ever tasted.
It was good. It was
Michelin
good.
star.
And I made the pad thai and the sticky rice, but I think the sticky rice was the best part.
You loved sticky rice.
I do love the sticky rice, yeah. It was really good fun though, wasn't it? We went to his house. He said his name's Jackie Chan, pretty sure it's not. But he took us to his house and we sat in his backyard and cooked. It was really cool, really cool.
I've never done a cooking class where elephants
Walk past, yes.
walk past while we were cooking. So there you go, there's a new one, a new experience for us.
This morning we did a half-day tour and we had already pre-booked a photographer. So he was here first thing when it was elephant breakfast feeding. And he took some photos of it while we were feeding the elephants. Because honestly, we have done some on our own, but it is quite difficult to do.
It's quite difficult to even stay upright trying to feed elephants.
And then we met our guide. He came to pick us up at about 10:30 and we headed down to the elephant camp where we got to see the elephants. We started off with, it's a pretty steep walk down there, which is why I look so rough now. I'm pretty tired and I'm covered in pain patches. And when I say pretty steep, I would say probably about a 70% incline. It's quite steep, isn't it?
It's quite steep and it's quite long.
And quite sort of uneven. So I had a bit of a hard time, but we managed it. So we first off went down, crossed the river and went over to the elephant camp. And we were able to see some of the elephants there. We got to feed them and also make up some elephant medicine, they called it.
Yeah. So elephants, because they eat sugarcane and bananas constantly, it doesn't do well for their teeth. So they have to grind down salt and cumin.
Yeah, and some tamarind, because if elephants don't poop, that's not good for them either. And I think
I've never seen an elephant that's had a problem pooping because they poop regularly.
But the tamarind, I think, is like a natural laxative for them as well. So that was in there as well. And then some bananas because they don't like the taste of it all. So then you kind of mush it all up together.
And then pound it together, then make these balls. And then you say bonbon. And the elephant opens its big mouth and you throw it in there.
So we got to make those for a couple of the elephants and feed them. Then we walked down Oh, we did a little walk through the forest with the elephants.
Yeah.
That was cool. A little bit uneven, a little bit slippery. We are here in rainy season as well, so it is a little bit muddier than
And all
normal.
of it's uneven surfaces.
And all, I'm saying a little bit uneven, yeah. And it's a lot of, you kind of walk down to the river and then back up the other side. So we walked down to see the baby elephant.
Yeah.
And one of the baby elephants they have here. I think,
She was one, wasn't she?
yeah, so that's the girl. The other one that we've seen here up here is a boy. And they stay with their mamas until they're 5, I think he said. So she is still nursing. And they didn't eat anything solid. They're literally still nursing. So we saw the baby and the mama. And then walked back through the forest and back through the river.
When we say we saw them, we end up feeding them half a ton of whatever they eat.
Bananas, sugar
So I don't
cane.
know, banana, sugar cane, branches of something. They just constantly eat. That's
Well, they can eat up to 300 kilos a day, to put that into perspective, which is about 10% of their body weight. So, you know, it's pretty much they eat all day.
yeah, constantly.
The last thing we did there was walk back down to the river, and we got to bathe with them, and we had some more photos taken. At each place we were having photos taken.
Helen actually got onto the Instagram seat.
I managed the Instagram swing. I don't look very Instagram worthy on it though, but it was.
I hope they caught the bit where you nearly fell forward, because I nearly did fall forward.
It was interesting. It's fair to say we're not some 20-year-old Instagrammers, but it was cool.
Yes.
We were in the river with them.
I didn't bring my flowy dress.
Nor did I. By this point, I'm just a big old sweaty hot mess that was trying to stay upright. Was a challenge at that point. So it was still great fun though, and the water was a little bit chilly, but it was refreshing because obviously it's cloudy today, but it's still been warm. But then we got to splash water over them and rub them, and it was very cool. It's a super cool interaction.
And all of it is in a very controlled environment. The mahout is with them at all times, making sure that nobody does anything that they shouldn't do. They're very well cared for here. Ultimately, elephants here are not free to roam everywhere because there's just not enough room. So they manage their interactions so they can give them the best life possible.
So basically in Thailand there are no wild elephants. There's just not enough conservation area. Although we are kind of in the middle of 3 national parks here, there's basically not enough environment for them to be free. So every elephant that you do see here, just the same as Elephant Nature Park where we went to earlier, has been rescued. Some of them have been rescued from Myanmar. The difference here is that the elephants here, they rent, so they don't actually buy from the owner, which is a little bit different to Elephant Nature Park, because basically they don't want to support that. Oh, well, you know, I'll sell you my elephant. Okay, well then I'll just go and get another one, and then the sanctuary will buy that one. So they pay a rent to the owner to have them here, and here they're not made to work. Obviously, you're not allowed to ride them. There's none of that. So they have, you know, a pretty decent life here, but they are domesticated elephants at the end of the day because they have been made to work in the past, either logging or pushing trees down, or you know, circus, whatever. Yeah, they've all been working elephants, so they are used to human interaction as well. It's not like they can just be left to roam free, because that's just not going to happen in Thailand. Oh, that's what we've been told anyway.
Yeah. So this is the next best option to make sure the elephants have a good life, and also to manage the interactions between humans and elephants, I suppose, so that everybody can get on and we get to see these remarkable creatures and try and feed them.
And this really is, I mean, it's an incredible place. I've never seen anywhere where you could interact with the elephants as much as we have here, and as freely and openly. And like James said, you know, you can see that the elephants are well cared for. Fun fact, elephants wag their tails when they're happy, just like dogs. And I've seen lots of tail wagging, so, you know, you can see that how well cared for they are. So we've been here for 3 nights at Chai Lai. We did show you around the room earlier. It is basic.
Rustic.
rustic, basic, whatever you want to call it. You know, we lived in Florida for 20 years. I think I'm pretty impervious to bugs at this point. But, you know, they're there. For example, in the bathroom, there was a gap around the sink. There was a slug poking his head out from the plug hole. So, basically, it's camping.
In the middle of the jungle.
In the middle of the jungle. But it's watertight. It's rained pretty heavily. And it's watertight. But be under no illusion, this is not a hotel.
No, we're going to do... Our next elephant stop is going to be a place called Anantara. And I'm going to try and dovetail the video so you can do comparison. Because this is about $100 US a night. And Anantara is going to be a little bit more expensive.
Quite a lot more expensive.
And give you a completely different experience. I've never been to anywhere like this.
No, I mean, it's incredible. We're in cabin number 8.
Mountain view.
We're on what they call mountain view.
Or
honestly,
orchid side.
There isn't much of a mountain view from where we are. But I think part of the reason we were putting this one is because we had let them know ahead of time I had a hard time walking, and we are pretty much one of the closest to reception. And that has some pros and cons. We're also the closest to the cafe, which is literally just over there. So it's super easy. There's also no Wi-Fi here.
Wi-Fi at the cafe, which means that there's 3 or 4 villas that are very close to the cafe. So you get Wi-Fi there. There's no TV.
One of which is ours. So we do. So we've enjoyed Wi-Fi the whole time we've been here. I think if you were a little bit further away, you wouldn't done if that's important to you. But yeah, no TVs.
The bar closes about 9 p.m. There was a wedding last night. So generally it can get a little bit noisier and not quite as relaxed. Whereas some of the ones that are further down the hill are a bit quieter and a bit more remote.
But having said that, like I said, the day we arrived, it was raining, and it is quite a steep path down to the other ones, which if you can walk, it wouldn't be any problem for you. I would have felt a bit unstable going down there. I think I'd have been a bit worried about falling, but probably wouldn't have done. But, you know, it is a little bit steeper, isn't it, to go down there.
And the other ones are on, there's a completely separate complex called Riverside?
Riverview, I think they call them, yeah.
And there where we went elephant bathing today.
Closer to the elephant camp.
And there's about, how many of us there? About eight or...
I think there's only 11 in the whole place. So
okay.
I don't know how many there is down there. They do look a bit nicer than the ones up here, though.
However, they are down very, very... there's a shuttle bus that runs between the 2 facilities. And... it's a very steep walk to get down there, so you've got to be really able-bodied. You know, for most people that's not going to be a problem, don't get me wrong. You know, for most people,
for us I think it would have been a bit, or for me it would have been a bit more challenging, but they
well, you did it.
I did do it
because you had no choice.
No, but they do look a bit nicer and a bit bigger and a bit fancier, honestly. But I think it's still basic. It's still bamboo walls and floor. You know, we do have running water. You can flush the toilets, but you can't put toilet paper down them. And the water's hot.
Sorry, the shower water is hot because they've got a butane tank underneath. The water out the sink's just
cold,
standard water. You get bottled water. You get mosquito repellent because obviously there's a lot of mozzies. I mean, they do a really good job of trying to. I mean, the kitchen is right behind our villa.
I can see it from here, literally.
Yeah, and they do some nice food there. You kind of have to eat out here. You haven't really got a lot of choice.
And the happy hour drinks have been amazing. We've had drinks there every day. In fact, today we haven't missed it just yet. Maybe we'll make it over there.
Maybe not.
They do. But the drinks I had were like a gin cocktail, and it was a passion fruit, and it's literally fresh passion fruit that's pulped up and put in there. And
I have this blackberry
smoothie, which again you can tell is fresh fruit that's in there.
Fresh fruit, and they serve them in these little silver dishes.
And everything has an orchid head on.
Yes.
So it's, you know, everything is very fresh and it's sustainable. I think they do their best to source everything from the local Karen tribe as well. So it's a really unusual place to stay. but you know, make no bones, it's not it's not a hotel, it's not a resort. But literally, you know,
I mean,
we
saying
were
that,
just setting
you-
this
you
camera
could-
up, and 3 elephants just walked past us.
Yeah.
You know,
and we really didn't even blink an eyelid because it happens every single day, like 2 or 3 times a day. So you just get to the point of going, oh yeah, it's the 3 elephants, it's the mama and her baby and the next baby. So you just get used to it, which is weird. You just get used to there's elephants outside your room.
I think most people don't stay here. Most people, I think, only come here for 1 night as well, and we've been here for 3 nights. We were originally booked for 6, which I'm glad we didn't now, because honestly, call me a princess. I'm ready for a proper hotel now. And
And once you've done the experiences, like feeding bananas to elephants on your balcony every morning is great, but it's a special once in a lifetime thing. So if you do that 6 times, or if you go over to Elephant Happy Hour and you buy bananas, you buy 200 bahts of bananas and they give you, that's two baskets, and they give you a basket free. We haven't got enough clothes to be able to go and do that today, because we have been elephanted, and when I say elephanted, they sneeze.
yeah, and it's muddy. They wipe their trunks on you, and it's muddy.
Yeah, so
So-
we haven't got enough clean clothes to be able to go and do that again. So we're gonna give it a miss, and I think if we'd have been doing it for 6 days, then you'd be like, it'd almost spoil the how special it
How special
actually
it really is, because it really is.
Because this is everyone should come here once in a lifetime kind of a deal, but 2 nights is 1 night or 2 nights.
1 or
is
2
enough.
nights is enough. We did the cooking class yesterday, which I'm glad we did, and obviously the tour today. There's also no air conditioning here, which honestly, like right now, this is like a perfect temperature. It's the
Lovely breeze.
The only time I've ever been hot actually was yesterday afternoon for about an hour. It got really hot and humid, and then it rained, and then it wasn't. So the AC, I actually brought an extra fleece blanket with me that I've been carrying with me, and I've needed it at night time. I've been a little bit chilly even. So the no AC, I was concerned about not having air conditioning. I thought we'd be too hot, but really, truthfully, it's not been.
I think the other thing you need to consider is how good a night's sleep you're going to get.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of animal sounds.
Either the dogs or the elephants.
Last night the dogs were quite loud, and I heard an elephant trumpeting, and then the dogs started howling. I think something was
spooked them.
spooked them for sure. That was about 2 o'clock in the morning, and the dogs. Well, actually, we woke up this morning, and one of the dogs was laying on our chair that's right outside our door. So you will hear animal sounds. If you're used to camping anywhere, I don't think it would really bother you. But if you're used to being, I'm a very light sleeper, so I heard it. But if you are a strictly hotel person, be aware. This is
It shouldn't stop you from coming.
no, but you are going to
It
hear.
should manage your expectations.
Yes, absolutely. We knew what we were coming to. And like we keep saying, it's an amazing place. Absolutely, the experiences are.
I mean,
I hate to say amazing. I can't think of another superlative. Or
I'm going to go back to reception to try and get some video of it. So I may or may not get some video, but there's some tarantulas.
you said there's a nest.
There's a nest on the ground, and there's some tarantulas in the trees, and tarantulas don't, are no reason to bother anyone at all. But there's a big hairy caterpillar on our deck, which
Actually, we have them in Florida too.
Yep.
They cause a skin irritation if you touch them. So guess what? Don't touch them, and you'll be fine.
and you'll be fine.
But if you're freaked out by things like that, then
Yeah, this is getting back to nature a little bit.
yes, yeah.
But you've sometimes got to do this to get these amazing experiences, and as an ant is biting my backside. So, Chai Lai, let's talk a little bit about what it's all about. So it is an NGO, it is a charitable organisation, and it works with a charity called Daughters Rising. And the idea is that there are a lot of people that have been displaced from Myanmar, along with the sex trafficking trade, which is obviously a big issue in Thailand. And they try to do some things to be able to help those people, as well as supporting the Karen tribe, which is located within this area, within these.
Those are like the local indigenous tribe in this area.
So a lot of the things you would get have been created by the Karen tribe. So Daughters Rising is all about raising money to bring people who have been exploited in some way,
or at risk of being
or
trafficked.
at risk of being trafficked, and they bring them over and they put them into an 8-month training program. So a lot of the employees that you find here are part of that training program. So what they'll do, they'll give them board, a living wage, some education in helping them to speak English. So not everyone here is going to speak perfect English, and that's part of the thing.
They all speak some English.
They all speak some English. There's always a supervisor or a manager who can help with the conversation, but they're there to learn English and to learn a trade so that they can get out of the cycle and move on to perhaps a job in hospitality in one of the cities, and just get away from the situation they're in. So there is a lot of staff here, a lot of them are women, and a lot of them are in the middle of that training.
But everyone, I would stress as well, everyone we have dealt with here has been incredibly kind
and helpful, and although they can't always speak perfect English, their heart's in the right place. They're always trying, and and they've done a great job of that.
Yeah, and of course then the other part is to support the elephants. There's 24 elephants here currently. I think they did start off at 15, so they've got more elephants here now. And like we talked about briefly, or like we touched on, it's about creating a conservation area for them now, where they can live. They can't live in the wild. There is not land in Thailand now that's available to do that. So it's about creating the best environment that they can have in captivity, basically.
I think when we've seen this in Sri Lanka, you realise how destructive an elephant is, and it's difficult for humans and elephants to live in harmony without animosity or exploitation or destruction or something like that. So this is doing the best they can with what they've got. Elephants, Asian elephants are still an endangered species, but they're not doing a breeding program here because there's just not the room.
And they don't believe in doing it. It's like there's plenty out there that still need to be rescued. So there's no point in having a breeding program. The babies they have here, the mothers have been rescued whilst they were actually pregnant. So they've not actually bred them here. And they don't keep any males here. There's only females. Males tend to be more aggressive. The only male that they have here is the baby that's 6 months, 4 months old. Yeah. And he's very cute, but very, very mischievous. So that's the elephants that they have here. You may or may not know, I actually didn't know this, that elephants in Thailand are treated as property. So you do need to apply to the government to have a license to hold or to keep an elephant, but they're treated as property in the same way that a car or a house would be. So when you buy an elephant, so they told us this Elephant Nature Park, when they buy an elephant from an owner, they have to go and register it. But it's basically treated as property, that you then go and change the license, to who the new owner is. But it's like having a car transaction. They're not treated as pets or animals or beings. It's literally like a piece of property, which I find quite sad. Yeah, like an asset, which is quite sad, really. But that's the situation here, because lots of people still use them for working, sadly. But it's truly a great place to come. You can actually come here for the day as well. You don't need to come and stay here.
And lots of people do. Yeah,
they do lots of you can either do a full day or a half day visit here as well from Chiang Mai. So you don't actually have to come and stay here to experience it and to support the charity. They also have an option when you buy dinner that you can pay an extra, I think it was 60 baht, and you can buy dinner for
60 baht's $2.
A refugee as well. So they have employed people here as well from Myanmar, just the same as Elephant Nature Park do, that have been escaping the civil war there. So all in all, it's a great place to come and support. So we couldn't resist one last morning feeding the elephants.
So I think this about wraps up this video. So please like and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one.